Hi, this is Brian from Enlightenspeed here, just doing our fourth and final tutorial for the Note Humanizer plugin. This time we're covering the uses of the kill mode of the release type. And again, we're highlighting how diverse the plugin actually is, some of the different kind of use cases that it has available to it. So what we're going to do here, we're going to practice a wee bit of sample robbery, eh? So to demonstrate the kill mode, we're going to use Serato Sample, which is the current undisputed king of sample robbery devices. If you've never messed around with like old funk and soul samples before, then to give a wee bit of history, it used to be the case that Recycle was the king of doing this kind of thing, following on from the likes of the MPCs. And then more recently, you'd have Native Instruments, Machina, and Ableton Live. And now we've got this new thing from Serato Sample, which is just sexy, quite frankly. It's really, really good fun for doing this kind of thing, and it makes it so easy. So just to demonstrate the setup itself we're using, we're starting off with the Note Humanizer. We've got that set to kill mode, got the max delay set to 5 for this one at the moment. Anywhere about 5 to 10, it kind of depends on what the groove that you're working with goes. One of those where you really just got to use your ears, you know. So we'll start with the Humanizer. There's a note alter in there as well, which may or may not get used, will depend on how this turns out. Then our Serato Sample. We've then got it going through this kind of D-filter, dual filter thing, which is by, was it Laboratorial Labs or something like that it was called. That's what it shows up as when you look at it in Authorizer. I can't remember what the name of it is. It's been taken over by another company now, as far as I understand, but it's an absolutely fantastic filter. Then we've got the VST wider again, and then pulling down from there, we've got some CV stuff. I've basically got a couple of matrix patterns and both the pulsar LFOs, messing around with the high frequency and the dual frequency of the D filter. So you can see that this is jumping about here. This is because the CV is doing all sorts of crazy stuff with it, basically. Just quickly show the setup, why not? We've got the 2 pulsar signals feeding into this merger. Also the curve signal from the matrix is feeding in there as well. So you've got 2 LFOs and the matrix curve basically are modulating the dual frequency section, and the gate CV is also hitting the high frequency. So turn that back round. And we'll also have a bit of a beat going for this one. Not got any pattern enabled on it quite at the moment, but we've got some patterns stored in it, don't worry. And just a simple kit off of Oomph. So just to take a wee look at what the kill mode actually does. Taking the liberty of bouncing this down earlier on. This one here and this one here. This one's the original. So obviously when we open up, you can see that this brown section here, everything is on quarter notes. They were taken from the drum sequencer and then stretched to double the length. So this means that when you play it, you have a quarter note of one sample, then another quarter note of another sample, then another quarter of another sample, then another quarter note of another sample, and so on and so forth. So you see here, the important thing to note though is that they're end on end with each other here. Now, after we've sent it to track using the send to track button that we've got up here, we can see that they start at the same place with the exception of a couple of them over this section. This one's a wee bit late. This one here is a wee bit late. This one here is a wee bit late. And I think this one as well. So if that was the case, if it was in match mode, then they would all overlap each other. If it was in random mode, they might overlap each other. They might not. No way of knowing. But if it's in kill mode, then the original endpoints of the notes will be retained. So at the point when you hit the send to track or direct record, wherever the end notes are, they stay the same. So there'll be no overlapping if that's the case. And this works really, really well for these kind of sampling type applications, because what it'll do is it will truncate the samples playing, as you would expect. And when you're doing something like this, if you're using something like Serato Sample, one of the problems that you've got, because it's ready-made music in a lot of cases, if you're kind of digging through the crates, as it were, you've got to make sure that stuff doesn't get too messy. You've got to make sure that there isn't, like, say, a wee snare hit that's on a 16th beat of a bar or something like that isn't overlapping into the next section and causing problems like that. So just going to give a demonstration of roughly how this kind of sounds. I'm going to set it to, give it, say, 10 or 11, make sure that we get them regularly enough. Set it to 60% probability, and I'll put it into the match mode as well. Let's just get a wee listen to how this would sound. Okay, so on this occasion, it's behaving itself. But you should still hear that there is quite a lot of mess going on towards the end of the notes. It's not as if it's nicely gated kind of thing. So I'm going to switch into kill mode. Turn the max delay down a little bit as well, just to actually tighten up a wee bit at the start. And there you have it. It's quite a simple effect to get it to work. Often how useful it is will depend on the exact source of the sample and what kind of detail there is over the length of it playing. But I would hope certainly that it was noticeable enough when you were listening to that you can hear that much more kind of gated, and it's a lot cleaner and a lot more focused and sounds a lot more like a genuine dance beat than the first time you heard it. So it was basically just a little refinement that we here at Enlightenspeed wanted, so that we could perform our own sample robberies just a wee bit more efficiently, basically. For the tie-ins, of course, we wouldn't ever actually do that. But that's pretty much it. It's quite a simple effect to use there. It's just another glorious little thing that the Note Humanizer plugin does. But that's us done with the Note Humanizer tutorial videos, so we'll leave it there for now. We have a couple more tutorials still to come with regards to the Loopcracker Suite 2.0 update, and these are just to do with chord bank, really. So we will be back probably tomorrow with another one, so we hope to see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.